Hey, you guys. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about a little thing that happened earlier today. I have a relative, an uncle, who is going for an exam that it takes about 10,000 hours to pass this exam. What it is, it's the CCIE security exam, if you're familiar with it. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it, but one of my uncles is doing that exam, and they were telling me, they were saying that they have about they have to take this exam by a certain interval because their company uh, their company only pays for X amount. So this exam is very expensive to take. Each try is about $2,000 to take this exam. If you guys are familiar with the CCIE security exam, my uncle has been studying very, very hard, but I think that they've had two tries and they haven't passed yet. But I know that they've been giving their all in the last year or so. One of the things about this exam is it's extremely hard to pass. It is that kind of exam where only about, I heard something like about 4,500 people have the certification. It's extremely rare to have. And as a result of that, a lot of people try for it, they fail, and then they get disheartened. Now, you can take this exam, I think, as many times as you want, I think, but because it's so expensive, it really financially takes a crunch, right? But with each time he fails, he gets better and better. Now, because of, people don't like to fail, right? Because people don't like to fail, you can understand how psychologically it can take a toll on someone. But I remember, when I asked them, when I was speaking to them about it, I said, okay, so it takes about 10,000 hours to that people say, it takes for you to pass this exam. How many hours do you think you spent studying? And I was told that he had spent about 1,500 hours. I was thinking to myself, okay, so they've taken the exam twice. They've studied for about 1,500 hours, which is no small feat. I mean, it's an incredible venture, to do, to focus on this kind of stuff. And I encouraged him. I said, you got to keep taking this exam because think about it. You are about 1/6 done from mastering this, and you are getting more confident with taking this exam. So even if your company doesn't seem to want to pay for, maybe you're worried about your company not paying for it, you should not be afraid to ask to have extra opportunities. And there was something, it was just one of those things where it's just I just looked at him and I had this like feeling in my head, and I said, he I really hope he just keeps persisting on, because it's like in my brain I thought to myself, it, people, for him to come so far, I don't want him to just pull the plug and then live his life thinking, oh, well, he put in 1,500 hours studying and then he suddenly just stops. Because as you guys know, right? You have to just keep going on in things in life. It's very easy for people to be a quitter. There's a reason why about only 4,500 people have this certification, because think of all the people who haven't tried for it at all. Hold on, one moment. So this kind of thing, right? When I talk about this, it was just encouraging them. And then I also gave them some tips. I gave them some tips, and I had quoted something that Lewis had shared with me, or shared with everybody in the past. You can always say, there's this book that he always recommends. I think it's something like Start with No Gym Camp. And I recommended to him, like, hey, maybe just say something along the lines of, you can feel free to tell me no, but here's my case on why I think you should pay for me to take this test another chance. And I had explained, I said, I think your company sees the value in you. And that's the reason why they've invested so much money into you. I think that if you communicate to your company and say, hey, I've been studying hard. You guys know I've been studying hard. I appreciate all the kindness and support that I've received to take this exam. But you and I know that this is a very difficult exam. And assuming, right? Assuming, let's say he doesn't pass in the 4 times, right? Even though, even though I haven't passed this exam in 4 times, I want you to know that I'm studying for it and I am determined to pass this exam. So I'm requesting that I'm able to take this exam for a couple more times or something like that. I really stressed. I said, I truly believe that you just need to be open and you need to stress that negotiation because what you don't want to do is stop. And it was one of those moments that it's just like when I said it, I just thought to myself, like, yeah, that's really what people need to do in life. And I wanted to share it with you guys because sometimes people, they don't see like the bigger picture here. People sometimes they might think to themselves if they fail at something for 4 times, right? Maybe they're worried that they're not going to pass the fifth time. But I think that since he's gotten so far with this exam and he's improving and he's studying diligently, it would really be a no-brainer for the company to just fund more additional tries. And I really am confident that even if he failed those 4 tries, he can go to the company and the company will say, "Yeah, we'll pay for more additional tries." I truly, truly, truly believe it based on the company, based on what I feel. But what the company needs to feel is that they're getting a return on investment. Because in terms of a company, right, for them to invest time, energy, money into an employee says a lot. And I think sometimes employees, they think to themselves, oh man, there's a failure and things like that. And so a lot of people in life, they'll just fall down. They will burn themselves up and then they will just quit. And they won't recognize how much, how much faith people have that they can do it. You see where I'm getting at? So I don't want you guys to embark on this ambitious dream. And let's say you're putting the work in. I don't want you guys to stop putting the work in. Because once you stop putting the work in, and let's say you've invested 1,500 hours onto something, right? When you stop, you will feel more guilt for stopping than failing, in my opinion. If you fail and you see you're getting better and better and better, psychologically, you might say, man, I'm a failure, but at least you can pat it with, I took another chance. I studied. And I really hope that maybe sharing the story resonates with you all because I don't want you guys to see yourselves as losers if you fail at something. You guys should see it as a learning experience. And I truly believe my uncle will pass this exam. And I know when he passes it, everybody will be so happy for him. We will be excited. We will be, just like, yay! We got one of less than 400, 500 people who have this certification in our family, and it's an immense source of pride. Um, I did, while I was talking to my uncle, there was a comment made that says, oh, maybe it's your age, maybe you're too old. But I did add to that and I said, the person who told you that comment, that maybe it's difficult for you to learn stuff because you're old, keep in mind, they have never ever taken that exam. They have never taken the exam that you have taken. So you need to, even though you might think that, you might feel insecure about your age, or you might think that you're struggling to learn the material. At the end of it, you need to understand where the source of this comment is coming from. It's not coming from a person who took this exam and passed. It's not even coming from a person who took the exam. This person doesn't even know the material. It's that the material, from what I understand, is very high level stuff. And my uncle is a very, very intelligent person. So, yeah, I voice that kind of thing. And I would highly suggest to you guys, right? You got to find like the cheerleaders in your life, the people who it's like you can tell them, I want to do this. I want to do this. Like, I want to run, let's say, a 5 mile marathon, right? You need people who tell you, hey, yeah, keep going. How's your running going kind of thing. Hey, yeah, I know you say you're a little slow, but don't worry. You're going to get better. You're getting better already, right? And once you feel that you have these cheerleaders, I think the mind thinks that it can accomplish anything. I have been truly fortunate on my side to have cheerleaders in my life. And that encourages me to also cheerlead other people because, it's like I would recognize these things and it's just like you continue the cycle. I'm not saying that I have people in my life who was like, oh my goodness, Erica, like, like congrats, 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 congrats all the time. Definitely not. But I feel that I have more supporters in my life than negative people. And keep in that's what I try to keep in mind. I like I mentioned in my previous stream, I've done videos about friends, I've done videos about contacts. I do not care about the quantity of my friends. I care about the quality of my friends because I can have 50 friends, right? But if I have about 40 cynics over here who think I can't do it, or they're just like, oh yeah, Erica, you're failing because, you don't know what you're doing, or you're failing because, you're this or you're that, right? It's gonna rub off on me. So it's very important to keep certain things out of your headspace. And then once you have the people who say, hey, you know what, I know you're struggling right now with that. Did you try look into this? Did you try look into that? Here's some advice that I can give you about this because I've done that before. And I truly value this kind of stuff. Sometimes I don't listen to it right away. I'm going to be honest here. Like, I don't listen to all the advice I get sometimes, but sometimes when I find out the hard way, right, then I'm like, dang it, the person was right. So I can, understand. I'm like, oh man, this person gave me a really good piece of advice and I didn't listen to it. So overall, I hope you guys are like cheerleaders, and I hope that you guys try to inspire and try to build up the confidence of other people. I don't get anything out of tearing other people down if they are good people. Like some people would say maybe they would have a person who's like kind of awkward, and let's say this person wants to, I don't know, learn how to sing, right? Maybe they feel insecure about their singing voice, right? You can tell them, like, hey, why don't you try and do some vocal lessons? There's some stuff on YouTube. If you practice, I believe you can be good, but you just gotta apply yourself at it. I have I have embraced this idea that a lot of the talented people that are out there in the world, it's not because they're naturally skilled. It's because they put the work in. And I think for me, right, as you guys have picked up in my previous streams, I'm that kind of person. Like, sometimes I just get too emotional about things, and then it clouds my thought, and then I think, oh no, I have failure. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And whatever I think, right? If I think I can or if I think I can't, it's going to be true. If I don't think I can get out of bed at, I don't know what time it 3 p.m., right? Then that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I'm like, oh, I feel like crap, I don't think I can get out of bed until 3 p.m., then yeah, I'm going to stay until bed until 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. But if I told myself when I wake up, you know what, I can get up, I can go and brush my teeth, then I'll get out of bed and I'll brush my teeth. And that's a very simplified version of it. But if we apply this kind of thing in our life and we share this kind of thing with other people, I truly believe we can make huge differences, not only in our own life, but other people as well. And again, I've shared in previous streams, I don't wish for people to be less successful. I ultimately want everybody to be successful, but I cheerlead the people who I feel are good people. If you're a jerk and you're a mean person, I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm not going to be as supportive of that person. And if they fail, I'll just be like, well, serves them right. They're really a jackass. But overall, right, the people that I communicate with, the people that I talk to, the people that know that I I think of them favorably, then those people, I really do wish the best for them. But yeah, if a person's a mean person, I'm not gonna really wish them well too much. Like, I know people would say, "What, Erica?" No, like, if you're a mean person and if you're a hole and things like that, and you're just a 100% jerk, then I'm gonna, if I hear something like, "Oh, this person is like scammed a person or backstabbed a person, and then things haven't been going so well," then I would think to myself like, serves him right, karma. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope that you guys think maybe what I said, or you hold that in your brain. And I'm going to continue moving forward in my life and just, get things that I need to get done. And I'm pretty excited about it because at this moment, right, I realize like, geez, actually a lot of the stuff that I've been a little fearful of, I can do it. I can actually, this sounds really crazy, but like, I can reach out to people. If I feel a little self-conscious about reaching out, like, I can call them up. I can text them. And then when I do it, I feel more confident. I'm like, okay, well, I was a little insecure about reaching out to a person because I felt like I was bothering them. But I reached out to them and let me see what else I can do. And yeah, so I've been moving forward about things, and it makes me quite happy. It really does. I feel like um, I've had a lot more open mindfulness, open mindedness, and I feel inspired to be better. And I look at things now and I don't see it as daunting so much. I see it as I just haven't put the work in, or I haven't put in enough work to be on a certain level. And yeah, so it makes me happy. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I wonder what else I can do. Tomorrow is going to be a big day for me, by the way. I am going to be selling a whole bunch of stuffed animals, and I'm very, very, very much looking forward to making a good chunk of money. So, yeah, I looked at it and I was like, frick, I have so much stuffed animals. I have so much stuffed animals. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I think I have something like, to be frank, I think I have something like, I want to say I have something like at least $5,000 worth of stuff. $5,000, I would say $5 to $10,000 worth of stuff. And it's just like all sorts of like figurines, collectibles, and yeah. So it's something because it's really just passive income for me. I think I've shared it with you guys, right? I play claw machine games. I win the prizes, and for me, I like to sell it, or I like to appreciate it. And then when I get bored of it, I'll sell it, and then I'll sell it, and then I'll use the cash for things. So I don't, because I get the inventory and I just hold on to it, and then when I have opportunities to sell it, I'll sell it. So because I anticipate being in Hawaii later on this year, I I have already expressed interest to be a vendor at another convention. I want to say like co-vendor, if that's a word. I did that before. So what I do is that I bring the stuff, I give a cut to the person who owns the stall. I think it was something like 20%. And then as a result of that, they handle everything. And all I have to do is just bring the merchandise, and it's great for them because all they're going to be at the stall anyway, and it's great for me because I don't have to spend all day there. And I don't mind giving something like a 20% cut at all. Yeah. So I don't for my stuff, for my plushies, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I like to keep a lot of the stuff in bags. For figurines, most of my figurines are in box. I do not open them because maybe it's a Funko thing. If you guys remember Funkos, if you guys know what Funkos are, but I feel that Funkos retain more value when you, of course, right, when you keep them in box in good condition versus when you display them. So I have figurines, I have plushies, and it's, when I look at it, it's like cute, but when I get bored of it, I'm like, hey, it's cash. I'm happy to get some money off of that, and it's turning a hobby into a side gig, and I like having this kind of stream of income, like a small stream of income. uh, Cheerleaders are those high school girls who think they're better for the rest. No, cheerleaders are those kind of people. I think of cheerleaders as like supporters, people who think like you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, keep on going. You're better off leading your life as a cheerleader versus than, being one of those cynics. Like you do not spread positivity in the world if you tell people, "Oh, yeah, you have a goal, you want to be a good singer." Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. You don't have the skills necessary. I think that being a cynic is really a eradication of dreams. Now, if you don't think it's possible, right? Like let's say for instance you have a person who is 5'3" and they say they want to be a top supermodel. Like you telling them like, "Hey, I don't think what you have what it takes to be a supermodel and these are the reasons whys." And it's because, you're not 5'10", you don't have like perfect skin kind of thing, you don't have great bone structure. That's completely valid reasons. But if someone has like a goal, like they want to learn how to cook better, you shouldn't crap on their dreams. You shouldn't be like, "You want to learn how to cook better? You can't even boil water," right? So that's all I wanted to say about that kind of stuff. No, I haven't looked at the dress yet. I just got home recently. I was out. I was out handling some of the stuff. So I got home, and by the time I got home, I looked at my phone and I was like, "Oh crap, I'm like at 4% battery." Total Erica thing to do. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can be a male cheerleader. They have male cheerleaders. I think that's called pep squad, right? So yeah, choose to be a supporter, choose to be a cheerleader, choose not to be just a hater because the world has a lot of haters. I think people, they already can get very cynical about things, so you really don't have to add to that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I will talk to you guys later, and you guys take care. I got to get going on a few other things. So, yeah. See ya.